Good evening, my peeps. I wanted to say hello to you all and get on here and just have a chat. Basically, just shoot the shit, so to speak. No, look, I just wanted to connect with you all. I'm essentially lots has been going in my world. As you know, I moved house, I had COVID. There was a whole range of things that kind of went on in my world. And and not in that order, obviously. And it's just been very much a whirlwind. And it's funny because it's really taught me some extremely important lessons. And it's also equipped me with a bit more knowledge as to how it feels to be an everyday person who actually doesn't make fitness their number one priority in their life, but how to go about changing that, or at least trying to adjust our world in such a way that, we make it more of a priority. So a bit of context for you guys. I have been working full-time, obviously, for a year now with AIF, and all of you guys know that from following me on Instagram and things like that. Ever since I started working there, and this is me being really transparent, ever since I started working there, my consistency with my own self-care and my own self-support, my own practices for health, self-care, all that kind of stuff, it kind of took a back burner. And I sort of had this really massive epiphany just recently in regards to goal setting and how you feel in terms of making decisions about your where you're going and all that kind of thing. And my cat is going to make an appearance, by the way, guys. The dogs are downstairs, but the cat loves to jump up, and I look a bit like Dr. Evil when I have him sitting on my lap, so be prepared, it's going to happen. This is just standard. Whenever I'm on Zooms now, he just comes up and wants to be a part of the action. But yeah, so I really had this big epiphany recently in regards to the kind of pressures, the kind of constant reaching for, I guess, when it comes to goals and pushing, and how that actually affects our mental state in terms of setting goals, setting big, audacious, amazing, huge, crazy goals, and how hard it might be to actually achieve them, or how hard it might be to actually, actually follow through with doing them. And not only that, but then let's say, for instance, you are successful and you do get your goals and you do hit your results and things like that. It kind of becomes a thing about like, well, what's next? What else? Because human nature as a whole is really, we just don't have like that off switch. Once we start to achieve certain things, there's never really there's no ceiling, there's no glass ceiling, there's no literal ceiling. It's whatever level that we want to go to in terms of our life, in terms of our goals, in terms of what it is that we want to achieve. Now, in the context of fitness and health and things like that, we're perpetually given an image around how we want to look, what we want to do on a daily basis, right? Oh, here he is. Hello. Okay. So he just wants to hang out here. This is a standard situation. Like I said, we have a Dr. Evil moment. You can say hello. This is Mushu. I'm pretty sure some of you meme already, but yeah, this guy, he loves to just sit on me and he just kind of perches himself up like this. And yeah, it's very odd. This is a new thing. It's very cute though. I love it. I love my babies. Anyway, so the amazing thing is, and this is something that I realized in the last fortnight, and I really felt it was on my heart to share with you guys, because what we tend to do is the thing that we want most in our life, the thing, and really think about this now, the thing that we want most, the thing that we think we want the most, the thing that we think we need in order to be happy, right? So let's say in the context of fitness and health, we have this perception of the perfect body, the fit body, the healthy body, whatever. And in order to get that fit body, that healthy body, whatever it is, that strong body, right? we have to do X, Y, and Z. Now, a lot of the time, we have this little internal, what's he doing? This little internal voice that basically is telling us all the time that we're not enough. It's just a fact. It's just generally what happens in terms of our overall psyche, the way we work in terms of our actual, sorry, he just, can you just get up there and stay and stop being annoying? Okay, he's gonna be my scarf now. Okay, cool, Baba. Yeah, so we have this little internal voice that basically tells us we're not enough. And when we want or have a goal that we're going for, a lot of the time, the reason we go for that goal is because deep down in some level, we feel like we are not actually enough because we're not achieving said goal. So in order for us to be happy, or what we perceive to be happy, we have to achieve this goal. And the fact is, what if it doesn't actually require us to achieve anything? And what if that actually still allows us to be happy? And this is something that I pondered recently in regards to my own stuff going on, like with business and with training and with health and all kinds of stuff. But there has been a situation, and this is quite often as well, that we tend to sabotage ourselves. Everyone does it at some point in our life. We want something so badly, and we have so much desire and angst around achieving the said goal. But what happens is that we're kind of used to being in this really comfortable state of not having that goal being achieved, right? Our body, our mind, our soul, everything, our whole energy is used to not having this goal achieved. And then even though we believe deep down on a conscious level, we want to actually achieve the goal, on a subconscious level, there is a chance that we may not actually want to achieve the goal. And the reason we haven't achieved the goal to this point is because subconsciously we're repelling it. Subconsciously we're saying to ourselves, no, I don't actually want that. No, that equals fear. That equals uncomfortability. That equals like, I'm going to be unstable. I'm not going to be safe, right? Because deep down, our main, if you understand the way that the brain works, we have our conscious mind and our unconscious mind. So the conscious mind is literally what you think all the time. Okay, the things that you're thinking and, like thought processes that pop in your head and, these desires that you have and all this kind of stuff, that's all conscious level stuff. Now, we might be thinking something that's consciously what we believe is the truth, but subconsciously or unconsciously, we're actually not connecting to that truth. And in actual fact, what we're doing is repelling it, because when we repel it, it keeps us safe. It keeps us in our state. Now, whether or not we're in a state we're actually enjoying, it doesn't matter. There's a certain familiarity about being in this state because you've lived this state up until now, right? So if you put it in the context of health and fitness, your body is so used to being the weight that it's at for the time that it's been the weight that it's at. And we actually convince ourselves that we don't need to train, we don't need to eat well, we know how to eat well. Everyone in this world knows how to eat well. There's not a single person who doesn't understand that takeaway food is not the healthy option and that you should eat good, healthy, wholesome food, natural, etc., veggies, fruits, meats, etc., right? Everyone knows that. It's not rocket science. It's actually very, very simple. But we tell ourselves that we want to eat this food. We want to be strong. We want to be good on our diets. But then we do everything against what it is that we actually want. And the reason is our subconscious and our unconscious mind is trying to protect us, because being someone who achieves the goal that they desire the most, the thing that's most on their heart to actually desire, that's terrifying. Why? Because it's an unknown. Is it safe? Maybe, maybe not. But again, it's unknown. And as a result, our subconscious mind and unconscious mind will legitimately repel any opportunity or any possibility of that happening. We will know what to eat, but we'll choose the wrong food. Or we know that we shouldn't have this food because we're on a diet of some description, or we're trying to eat healthy or whatever it is. But then we choose the wrong food, or we don't train, or we don't get out of bed in the morning to train, right? Now, I understand this on a level that you cannot possibly fathom, because I have been through this. I have been doing exactly this on many levels with different things in my world. And I personally lost about 6 or 7 kilos from having COVID. So I had COVID at the end of March, and then I moved 2 weeks later, and I dropped a heap of weight. And the problem with me dropping the weight, it's not like I didn't want to drop weight. I wasn't looking and trying to lose the weight, but my body just kind of let all this weight go. And that's cool. Like, I'm not mad about it. But what has happened is that I've lost my strength. And so what's happening now that I'm dealing with, just to be giving you some context and also being completely transparent with you guys, I'm actually experiencing this situation now where I have a fear around picking up heavy weights again, even though I have been literally picking up heavy weights for the last 16, 17 years. Like, no joke. I have been actually longer, probably 18 or 20 years. No shit. And it's quite baffling, and it's quite confronting, and it's quite it's almost like it's messing with my identity, because I've always known myself to be the chick who's super strong and picks up heavy shit, throws it over my head. And all of a sudden, I'm really struggling with the idea of not being able to do that, which is hilarious, because it's like, well, just get in the fucking gym and go and pick up some weight, Jam. Like, it's not fucking hard. But my fear mind, my unconscious mind is actually doing everything it can to stop me. Everything from being super busy, and I'm busy, like I've got a lot going on, but I will always find an excuse not to train, which was never me before. Now, I'm not saying I'm not training, but I will find excuses not to train. Whether I listen to those excuses is my choice. And this is where I'm taking this, guys. We all have things in our mind that is trying to convince us against doing something that we actually really want to do. It is our job. It is our absolute role in this world to fight those little thought processes, those little voices, those little fear-based bullshit, little, yeah, you can't do me kind of moments. Because the fact is, it's just all bullshit. It's total bullshit. It's our fear mind. It's not something that's actually real. The reality and the truth is, if I pick up a heavy weight, am I in danger? Fuck no. In fact, when I pick up heavy weight and I feel strong and I feel powerful and I feel in my body and I feel connected to myself and I feel good, right? That's when I'm like feeling my best. That's when I'm the most confident, when I'm the most connected to myself, when I'm absolutely on fire in terms of my creativity and my confidence around myself and my consistency in my world and my productivity, and all of the things come together all of a sudden when I start to actually do that stuff. The same thing goes for me with journaling and also with meditating. If I meditate regularly, there was a time when I meditated twice a day, every day for about 6 weeks straight. And I felt like I was seeing sounds. I was just like so in tune with stuff and picking up on energies and stuff. And it was very, very, very cool. And then all of a sudden I just stopped. Like cold turkey, like just bang, stopped one day. I convinced myself not to meditate one day, and then I just stopped. And I tell you guys, the reason I'm telling you this story is because today I did my first meditation, and I swear to you, I felt phenomenal afterwards. It's the first meditation I've done in months. And I used to meditate twice a day, an hour a pop. So usually around an hour, like an hour and a half, 2 hours of meditation every single day. And I fucking felt phenomenal when I did it. And this morning I did it, and I was just like, oh, that's me again. Like, I started to go, wow, that's me. And then that's what sort of spurred this conversation I'm having with you guys, and why I'm actually talking about this, because it's like, if you allow the voices in your head to tell you that it's okay to not eat the food that you know you should be eating, or it's okay to not train or do the training programs that I'm setting you to do. Or it's okay to not communicate with me. Now, I'm not putting anyone on blast here, so please don't think that for a second, guys, but I will absolutely hold you accountable. If you're watching this and you've suddenly had a guilt pang go, she's talking about me, I probably am. And if you're feeling that guilt, that's because you must have done something or you're doing exactly the thing that I'm talking about right now. So there's no one in my head specifically when I'm actually saying this, but the fact is, if you hide from me, or if you choose not to respond to my messages, to communicate with me, to actually let me know what's going on for you, how am I ever meant to help you? How am I ever meant to support you? How am I ever meant to actually get you through? And like I said, it's your fear mind that's convincing you to hide. The fear mind is coming in, your subconscious is coming in, or unconscious is coming in and telling you, don't message Jem, don't call her, don't book in sessions with her. You're okay the way you are. It's okay. And you'll hide. And that's what we all do. Everyone does it. Everyone hides. Everyone, no one wants to face the reality of the situation. But let's think about this for a second. Do you think I'm going to be angry at you if you contact me? Do you think you're going to be in danger if you contact me? Do you think you're going to be in danger if you eat an apple instead of eating a bar of chocolate? Do you think you're going to be in danger? Is the ultimate absolute truth that if you go and do that training session, it's going to make you feel worse? Think about it. Really think. Every single time a moment comes over you where you have that thought process that starts to take over your soul, take over your body, take over your mind, stop, take a pause, and actually ask yourself, is the ultimate truth of this situation that I am in danger, that I'm going to be hurt, that I'm going to feel worse? What is the ultimate truth here? Now, if the ultimate truth is that you've got kids, you got work, you got this, you got that, that's cool. Everyone's got those things going on in their life. I myself can tell you from no word of a lie that it's very easy to fill my day with things. And yes, I'll be super productive, no question, but am I doing the things that fill me up, that make me a better person, that brings me closer to the goal that I want? That's my question to ask myself every single day. And I challenge you guys to ask yourselves the same thing. Am I doing the things every single day that's going to help me bring me closer to my goal, bring me closer to the ultimate point of where I actually achieve what it is that I want to achieve? And this is the thing, guys. If you are making an excuse for something that you know is going to help you and bring you closer, then that's when you have to stop and go, is the ultimate truth here that I am not going to be better off if I do a training session? Am I going to have enough time? Am I going to be able to do this? Blah, 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 blah. And there's all these different processes and ways we can get around this. And I can absolutely, rant on this another day. But I really want to bring attention to you guys just bringing some awareness for the week. Bring in the awareness of whatever your mind or your fear mind is trying to tell you, because it's not real. It's a perception of what we feel our reality is, but it's not actually our reality. The reality is you're not going to be in any danger. You're not going to be hurt. You're not going to be sick. None of that's going to happen. You're not going to be in trouble if you don't do something, or if you do something. The reality is that you're probably just going to get up and live your life again the next day. But are you going to get closer to your goals? Are you going to make the most of this opportunity that you have? Are you going to actually do the work that you know deep down that you want to do, that you are here to do, to better yourself, for your family, for your kids, for whoever. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you can't stand what you actually see in the mirror, sitting there and berating yourself and putting yourself down for the fact that you ate chocolate the night before or you had takeaway or whatever is not going to help you. What's going to help you is the action towards the thing that you actually want to achieve. Not sitting there and beating yourself up silly about what you did or didn't do. It's in the past, can't do anything about it. But in the moment of you making a decision towards either going towards what you want or moving further away from it, is the decision that you're making going to pull you further away, or is it going to get you closer? And it doesn't have to be a huge step closer, but if it's pulling you further away, you have to stop and go, is this the right choice? Am I doing the right thing here? If I don't train today, can I train tomorrow? Or am I better off just getting it done now? Because you're just going to have the same conversation with yourself tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. like I did this morning. And I guarantee you, any money, I'm going to look at my phone and just go, oh, it's so early. I just want to go back to sleep. But you know what? I am not going to do that. And in fact, what I'm going to do is when I'm listening to my meditation tomorrow, I will take a photo of the exact time that I wake up and I start listening to it. And I'll post it in the group just to show you, because I will lead by example for you guys. If I can do it, if I can pull myself out of this consistent, constant convincing that I'm so tired, I'm doing so much stuff, my brain's so exhausted, and I'm not actually doing the things that's going to make me move closer to my goals. Like, work will be work. I will go to work and I will work and I will have a great time at, teaching and doing the things that I do. And my clients, I love my clients. I work with my clients, do the Zoom calls. I do my PT sessions one-on-one. I do all those things. And you guys, I love you guys. None of this feels like work for me. But is that for me or is that for you? Me working, sure, it's an income, it's a career, it's all those things, great. But if I'm not looking after me, and if I'm not doing the things that get me closer to the goal that I want to achieve for myself, then what good am I to anyone else? How am I going to be a good coach to you guys if I'm not actually doing the right things for myself to bring myself to my highest level, to my highest vibration, if I can't actually just step up and do the things? If I can't step up and get back in that world, be more consistent with what I want to do, then how am I going to move forward towards my goals? So these are the questions, guys, that you can ask yourself. And I really want you to think, stop, give yourself that moment of reprieve. Give yourself that moment of like, is this getting me closer? Is this really what I want? Or am I just trying to convince myself this is really what I want? Only you can answer that. Only you know the truth about what's going on internally. What I'm here to do, guys, is to give you that awareness, to give you that understanding as to how to actually have the tools to be able to step up and do the work that's necessary. The fact is, all change, no matter what goes on in our life. Think of anything that you've gone through where you've actually experienced some level of change. Every single element, every single time you've experienced change, there's a certain level of discomfort. Every single time. There has to be. You want to change the way a stone looks, what do you have to do? You have to cut it. You have to change it. You have to change the dimensions. You have to change the actual look of it, right? Anything, you look at gemstones, like a perfect example is a diamond, right? But we're not going to go all like cliche shit like that. But the fact is that you change, you want any kind of stone, any kind of rock and you want to turn it into something beautiful, you have to change it. You have to change the dimensions, the structure, the shape, the colors, the shininess, polish it up. All of that requires work. We are no different. If we don't work on ourselves, then we just stay stagnant, and we stay in this concept and this mindset of, well, that's all there is. That's that's just the way it is. I disagree. I believe wholeheartedly that we absolutely create our realities. If you want a different reality, make changes, make different choices. Every single day, we're given opportunities to make thousands of choices every single day. Is the choice that you're making today getting you closer to the goal that you want to achieve? That's my question to you. Is the choice that you're making on an hourly basis in regards to what you're eating, or what time you go to bed, or whether or not you're going to train today, or whether or not you're going to respond to a message or an email from someone, or anything like that, is that going to get you closer to your goals? Is that going to get you closer to what it is that you want in your life? What deep, deep down drives you? Every single one of you are here for a reason. Every single one of you came to me with a desire and absolute burning need to make changes in your lives. But change is not easy, guys. Change fucking sucks. Change is hard work. Change requires that you are absolutely diligent, that you go after what it is that you want, that you are so focused and so driven. Otherwise, it won't work. So you have to decide, how much do you want change? How much do you want to actually get the goals that you want? The hard work doesn't have to be hard work in the sense of painful, but it does require consistency. It does 1000% require your absolute focus. And you being so focused and so driven towards what you want, that there's nothing that can possibly waver you. And the decisions that you make every day give you the opportunity to get closer and closer and closer. So that's my rant for tonight. I really felt like I needed to say that tonight. And yeah, it's something that's so deep to my heart, because I feel like we're in a society where mediocrity is accepted. It's just the way it is. Oh, it's just the way my body is. Oh, it's just the way my genetics are. Bull fucking shit. Sorry. I disagree. You can absolutely change anything in your life if you desire it. Anything at all. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I put on weight during when we had COVID, as in like the lockdowns. I put on weight over that time. And I really didn't like my body. Like I didn't like being as heavy as I was. I was fucking strong, sure. But I wasn't as strong as I used to be, funnily enough. But I was still strong. I was lifting some decent weight. But I felt off in my skin. So guess what? I manifested something pretty epic. I manifested COVID. And the fact is that, look, thousands, millions of people worldwide have had COVID. It's no big deal in that sense. I'm not like, so the woe is me, I had COVID, because most of you would have had COVID, I'm pretty sure. And it's just a fact, like we're all getting it, right? But I am one of few people I know who lost weight, and I haven't been able to put it back on. And am I mad about the weight loss? Nope, not at all, because I'm back to the weight that I was prior to all the COVID bullshit that actually happened in terms of us going into lockdown and all that stuff. But there's a shift. I've lost strength. I've lost a piece of what I felt was my identity. And I've been struggling with that. I really, really have. Because for me, like I said, being strong was like a huge part of my world. And now I don't feel strong. I still am. I still have strength, no question. But I don't feel as strong as I used to. I don't feel as conditioned as I used to. I don't feel as powerful as I used to. That was my fucking doing. Yes, I got COVID, but what about the rest of the time? I got COVID back at the end of March. It's now end of May. Who has the choice? Who makes the choice every single day to go after the goals? We do. If I didn't train and get stronger, that's on me. And I have to take responsibility for that, just like you guys have to take responsibility. It's not about beating yourself up and going, no, I'm so fucking lazy. It's not about that. It's about accepting where you are, understanding that you've gone through a process, that everything has happened for a reason to get you to the point where you're at now. And if you're at a point now where you're like, you know what, I'm fucking done feeling like I'm weak. I'm done feeling like I'm overweight. I'm done putting shit food into my body and knowing how sick it makes me feel after I eat it. In which case, why? Why eat it? Oh, because it's easy. Well, it's easy, but is it making you feel better? Is it getting you closer to your goals? Probably not. Now, this goes for anyone, whether or not you're trying to lose weight, whether or not you're trying to get stronger, any of the above. The fact is that you're totally in control of it. You have all the power. All I can do is guide you. All I can do is give you recommendations. I can give you advice, support, an ass kicking, love, whatever you need. I can give that to you. But I can't make you do the work. You have to. You have to be the one to step up and move closer to your goal. Otherwise, what are you doing this for? All right, I'll stop there because now I've ranted again for another 5 minutes because that's what I do. Anyways, guys, please get in contact with me. If I have not heard from you in a week or longer, it is now time for you to message or call me. Okay? Or book in a session with me. You all have the link. I've sent it to you on Trainerize. You all have the link. Okay? My Calendly link. I'll put it into Facebook now as well, into the group. I expect every single one of you to book in with me. If I haven't heard from you in a week, you absolutely better message me or call me within the next 24 hours. Otherwise, I will hunt you down. I'm not interested in chasing people. This is your last warning. Anyone who I haven't spoken to, heard from, anything like that, I will hunt you down. It's just a fact. It's what I do. I care too much to let you make choices every day that are not bringing you closer to the goal, not bringing you closer to the essence of who you truly are. We lose connection to ourselves. We lose connection to who we actually are. And we convince ourselves that we don't need to do X, Y, or Z, like I said. But when you suddenly remember who you are, when you suddenly remember, and this is what these kind of calls are about, it gives me the opportunity to help you remember who you are, why you're doing this, what are your reasons. And when you actually are able to tap back into that, it makes life so much easier. So I really am truly begging, hoping, pleading, all of the things that this is going to be the last time I need to say anything in regards to actually contacting me. You all have access to me. I am there for you. Please get in touch with me. Book in a session. Like I said, this will be the last time. I won't be chasing anymore. It is not my style at all. I will hunt you down for the beginning part, but you're all adults, guys. I shouldn't have to chase anyone. If you want this enough, then I'm here 1,000% next to you, beside you, working with you, supporting you, all of the things. Okay, so on that lovely note, I must depart because I have another call coming up. The girl's a busy girl. Worked all day and it's now 8:42 on Wednesday. And yeah, I've got more work I've got to do tonight. So I love you all. I do. I want you to be the best possible versions of yourselves that you can be. It isn't just about the training, guys. It isn't just about the food you put in your mouth. It's what's going on in here and in here. If we can tap into that and help you recognize that every single day you're in control of what it is that you do and the choices that you make, you're just going to get closer and closer and closer to those goals. And you're going to start to feel so much more empowered, so much more like you are actually stronger than you possibly could have ever imagined. Because I know you are, but you have to actually know it. It's got nothing to do with me. It's about you. Okay? So, I will talk to you all very, very soon. Anything you need, hit me up, message me, call me, whatever you need. Email me, etc. Okay? Love you all. Take care. Bye now.